All right, so I'm at this small convenience store. I'm not here. I just noticed. And let me see. The truck, petroleum truck, I guess just made uh it was like a lot of out of gas, out of service type things going on. So I just stopped by the store. I'm like, what's going on? When I talked to someone, I'm like, why? What's the big crowd here? Why the big, the gas run? And it's still cheap in my opinion here at 359, but it was just a crowd of people. And people, let me tell you, I have did a lot of videos, starting with Hurricane Ida. When it was Hurricane Ida in Louisiana, that we had gas shortages then, right? It was gas shortages then with Hurricane Ida, and or gas outages, right? It was gas outages um during Hurricane Ida. And now you're seeing these gas runs mainly at these small convenience stores. And I don't know if you all know, but in Beverly Hills, it's already at $7 a gallon. Beverly Hills, San Francisco, California, $6 a gallon for gas. Now, let me tell you why the people in Beverly Hills are not concerned. Even at $7 regular for Beverly Hills, let me tell you why they are not concerned, because people in Beverly Hills, what's up with me? They already had their cash transition over a long time ago into real assets, right? They already a long my Wi-Fi went out temporarily, so I should be back in. Who me says 359 in Oklahoma, and so I was speaking on the phone with someone today, and I was telling that person, and they're up in age, right? They're like above 80 years old, right? This is not a young person, an elderly person. And I was telling this elderly person about 2 years ago, um, when they were trying to convince me to get the jab. I was telling them 2 years ago that this was going to happen. And when I was coaching, I used to coach basketball, right? I used to coach basketball. You all put your gas prices up. That's a great idea. Judith, thank you so much for being a Patreon member. Judith, I want everyone, whether you are watching this live or on the replay, to put your gas prices up. Let's compare in each state the price of gas. On a, it seems like 359, except for California and probably New York and Florida, is the regular price. 450, 450 in New Jersey. And so I was telling this elderly person when we were discussing to get the jab, and they were trying to convince me to get that. And I was telling them that, hey, this is just a setup, because you don't even hear the media talking about it now, right? Um, and because the media is not talking about it, you don't see fear in the general public about it. That's the way they play the game. That's the way the game is played. However, and this elderly person just said, well, whatever the price is, I'm gonna pay it. Okay, it's easy for you to say now. You wait till it hit $4 for regular. But just want to say stuff because they just don't want to admit that what I told them 2 years ago, now they're seeing it. People can be stubborn. People can be stubborn, and um, even if it means them financially struggling, just because they would rather believe that their belief system of what they thought that they were being told was right, instead of them admitting, yeah, Queen, you did tell me that 2 years ago, right? You did tell me that 2 years ago. You did say that we were gonna see inflation 2 years ago. You did. You did say that FICO scores would be changing. You did. Um, you did say that there would be a crash. You did, right? Instead of that person saying, admitting that I was correct, they just made a blatant statement that whatever the gas prices is, I'm gonna pay it. Now, mind you, that this is a person who is on a fixed income, right? Don't forget 359 in Ohio for regular and going up. This is a person on a fixed income that so boldly proclaimed or said, so boldly on a fixed income, on retirement income, that so boldly made the statement that whatever the price is, I'm just gonna pay it. Okay. We're gonna see when it hit that $4 a gallon. However, I think this person had confidence saying this because they are retired. They don't have to get up, right? They don't have to get up and drive to a job. Fixed income. But still, when it affects your groceries, your recreation, right? People are still, and people, I'm not trying to take the fun out of everything you all want to do. Listen, if you want, go to spring break and pay excessive gas fees or excessive airplane tickets or whatever, and do your spring break, do that. Right? Do that. Go ahead and YOLO. I'm trying to find any lights in here. I mean, something different. Go ahead and YOLO and do what you do. Right? Because this is America, right? America always just bounce back. There's no way this is no way the great American, Babylon the Great, will see 1930s type stuff in 2022. That ain't gonna happen. The United States dollar loses world reserve currency, $5.55. And see, I'm glad that you all are sharing this because unfortunately many people are still asleep. 374, 404. And I actually turned around to go back to that store. It was actually more vehicles there. That store had a gas outage and the truck had just fueled or refueled the gas. And, because it was 10 cents cheaper at that store, you had people, okay, that's a little better. You had people lined up to get gas because the other two gas stations was like $3.69 and they want to save their dime. They want to save their dime. People, the United States, but you know what? History does repeat itself, but not a lot of people don't know history. And then we have FICO 10 is here. Not that it's coming, it is here. So I've been talking about FICO 10 for like 2 years as well. And so I was looking at some research today, and FICO bank card, the newly released versions, if you have your true credit report, right? Not talking about Credit Karma or just Experian, but if you go and order your true FICO credit report at FICO.com, you're going to see that 10 is already reported, but some people don't want to invest in it. They don't really care about their credit. And so you're going to see FICO 10 already reporting, right? And so the FICO 10 score is going to require a credit score. Let me see. Trying to see what's going on. Okay, I saw some blue lights. You all see those cop lights? I mean, bad. Maybe I need to go in my house. I think they're just doing a maybe. Look, I'm in the same neighborhood, but I'm a type of person. I look first, looking wrong first, and ask questions later. Right? So FICO 10 is already here, and the only way you're gonna see it is on FICO.com. If you order your credit report on FICO.com. So let me get at an angle where I can see. So you need to order at FICO.com, and you will see that FICO 10. I have been, telling you all. And some people call me Chicken Little, saying, oh, she's saying the sky is falling. I remember this like yesterday. I was coaching basketball. Many of you all know that I used to be a basketball coach, right? And I remember this like yesterday. I was sitting and talking with some more coaches, because you think that people in education have an opportunity, or they have the mindset to think outside what they've been taught in the school system, but they don't. And I thought people in the educational system would want to study the 1903 general board, or the general education board that Rockefeller in 1903 established, and Dale Carnegie, that they brought in. That's why you hear about Carnegie Hall and colleges and universities and things like that. And so I thought that teachers would want to study money, the history of money, study the 1933 Great Depression. The New World Order is nothing new. They was talking about the New World Order when the General Board of Education was established by Rockefeller. They called it the New World Order then, and that was 1903. So New World Order is nothing new. And then in 1944, the Bretton Woods Agreement, they called it, it was the New World Order then, when the Bretton Woods Agreement was established. And then that's when you had, after the war in 1943, 1944, after the Bretton Woods Agreement was established, after war was the first time that people were taxed from their labor, from their paychecks. That's when you had taxation. And it was for those persons who earned over $500 a year. So taxes is not that old. The United States being the world reserve currency is not that old either, right? But some people just don't want to study history. They don't want to understand that gold and silver is real money. And so back to this, since I'm speaking about gold, people in Beverly Hills already have converted their cash probably into gold already. So although they're seeing inflation, they've already made moves years ago to position themselves for it. Now, the poor working class or the middle class has not. They have done nothing with their assets. And so now that FICO 10 is here, and let's get back to FICO 10. FICO 10 will have an auto score. FICO auto score 10 is here. FICO bank card score 10. All of these, I'm not, you still gonna have FICO scores 8, 9, and 10. Most people don't know, for example, that when you go for a mortgage, that's FICO 4. They don't even know they have all these different FICO scores at all. And you got the FICO 10 credit score, FICO auto score, and FICO bank card 10, right? And so you're still going to have 8, 9, and 10. But when the FICO 10 and 10T is for trending, it's going to be like a 900 credit score, like 900. And so, people don't want to take action, and they don't want to invest $79 through the credit program. Give me a second. Wow. People, give me a second. I'm going to get out this live stream. People will text me in the dark. It's dark time. Because they'll see I'm live streaming. And I'm going to ask this person, you text me this late at night about business. Just going to ask them like that. I have got to find a way to just deal with people that understand business etiquette, period. Believe it or not, I had someone text me at 1:47 a.m. and thankfully I had my phone. That's why I cut the notification off. They don't disturb me, but I don't want to do business with people that don't understand business etiquette that will even text someone at 1:47. Like, why would you even do that? Why would you even? It's dark. Do you really think that I want to text you back on a Friday any time of the night? And this is this type of stuff that I used to deal with when I was in credit repair. People will call this time of night, it'd be Saturday night, midnight. And you can't, well, Queen, I'm on Pacific Standard Time. Well, it's 10 o'clock PST time. So, you know what? This is why I do not like helping people financially. No business after hours. I mean, so unprofessional. And then, yeah, you got to sit. And then people actually get upset when I block them from having communications with me. They would get upset when I block them, or get upset when they feel like they can address and speak to me any kind of way, and I'm the person that's helping them with their finances, and think that because they're financially frustrated, that I'm supposed to allow them to communicate and talk to me. No, we don't do that over here. We don't text that time, and then people will do it because they catch you live streaming. I mean, they don't care. They do not care. Oh, she's live streaming. Let me tell, like, okay, hey, I got 34. I got 34 people on. Let me just stop talking to my 34 and deal with you. People are so rude. I tell you, people are so rude. They're so rude. And when it comes to their finances, they are self-focused. And this is one of the reasons why I stopped doing credit. Because they did not care about boundaries. I asked one lady, I had just tell people, well, you just stop texting me on Sunday. Just let me have my Sundays at least. One time I just answered the phone it was almost 11 midnight. I just answered the phone. I said, now, I'm just going to see if there's somebody calling me at this time of night, right? Sarah says, who cares if someone texts you late though? Just don't. No, it's not. It's no, see, this type of mindset said just don't respond. Now the person gonna call. I should answer this while I'm live. See how rude people are. It's not about responding. It's about me setting boundaries that you're not gonna call me at this time. Because if you continue to do it, you think you're gonna be in business with me, that's not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna block you. Because you need to be told the right way to deal with people in business. It's not about not responding. It's about teaching you. That's just like if your child decides to just come in home 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, you just says, look, I'm just going to ignore it. They can just, I'm not even going to address their behavior. Let me just keep allowing them to come in at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and disrespect my boundaries. See, if you don't address stuff, people won't know how to address you. And they'll keep texting you at 1, 2 o'clock a.m. in the morning because you're trying to ignore a situation that should be handled. I don't turn my eye to stuff like it shouldn't be addressed. So what I do is block people who can't understand boundaries when it comes to me giving out a phone number to help them financially. And I don't do business with people like that. So if you're a person who feel like it's okay to text people at night, any time of the hour, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, anytime, even on Sundays, I'm not the person for you trying to get financial help from. Just straight up, go to somebody else that's gonna take your phone call at that time of night. They'll be the same parents that let their child just do whatever and just say, I'm just not even gonna respond. Okay, well, let them don't have any boundaries, but I have business boundaries. Right? This is why a lot of people are broke because of that mindset. Because I did just ignore the call. But when I do talk or communicate with that person, tell them you don't call me that time again, or that number is going to be blocked permanently because you abuse your access to me. When people abuse having access to me, then they don't continue to have open doors for me to ignore them. I close the doors and I shut them and block them out. You're not going to continue to have access to me, and you can't respect boundaries in my business hours. And you don't understand business etiquette. So that's why it's not going to be ignored. Anything that goes ignored will continue to be abused. Anything. What if you're in a relationship and that man beats you and you just say, I'm just going to ignore it? Or verbally abuse you, I'm just going to ignore it. Your credit is bad, I'm just going to ignore it. Your cash flow is negative, I'm just going to ignore it. To eventually, it's going to come home and it's going to confront you in the face, and you can't ignore it anymore because it's a problem that you allow to continue to escalate and happen. Person and business bound, right, must be said all the time. And you know what? I might have to retire this video. That's why businesses understand that in the poor neighborhoods and communities, it's no need to put gyms there because people that live in a certain income bracket, it's a fixed income, their mindset is fixed. They don't practice healthy habits. They don't exercise. They don't care about eating healthier. That's why in the richer neighborhoods, there are no ATM machines because rich people don't use debit cards. Only the poor working class. So you'll see the poor working class full of ATMs because they know those are the people that use debit cards. You'll go to, you see more liquor stores in the poor neighborhoods because of the mentality. Because they know that that's what these people that live in this certain threshold is fixed income. This is what they're going to invest in. Where the rich and wealthy neighborhoods, you can get free wine samples in environments like this, right? And people actually want you to reach down and pull them up. Just ignore it. Don't say anything, and they're gonna continue to do it. To one night, I forget to set my phone to do not disturb, and because somebody wanna impromptu call me at unforeseen hours or text me, it disrupts my sleep. It interrupts my meditation. It interrupts my 4:30 a.m. time of meditation because I don't set boundaries. I decided to ignore it, and the people kept on texting and calling, and I didn't block that person. And then one time I forget to set the do not disturb, and it messes up my intervention and communication or my sleep. And one time being messed up is one time too many. And so that's why rich people, they don't pay the lottery. You won't go, even though gas is $7 a gallon in Beverly Hills, you won't go to Beverly Hills and see the lottery or scratch off. Will you? You won't go to Beverly Hills and see lottery and scratch off. You see that stuff in the poor neighborhoods. They don't play the scratch off in rich and wealthy neighborhoods. Mentality. Mentality. Your mentality is a direct reflection of your monetary, whatever your monetary situation is a situation of your mindset. So a lot of people that got vehicles are not even going to be able to afford the gas that go in them. When the PPP loans, stimulus came out, when I bought new vehicles, you're going to see a lot of more used vehicles now up for sale because a lot of repossessions are about to come. They won't even be able to afford the gas price. I was sitting next to a lady. You all know I live streamed earlier on my Jeep, and she was getting her car maintenance. And I was talking to her, and she was telling me she was so stressed out. She was in public education, and she did not renew her contract to teach next year. She talked about how her blood pressure, she's having blood pressure problems. She showed me a picture of her just a year ago, and looking at her now, she had more gray hairs. She talked about her stress level, her lack of support. And she said, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I got to find a way to work from home because I cannot return to that place that I was a teacher and an educator. And she told me about the non-support that she had and all her medical issues within 1 year's time. And I introduced her to, I said, well, you're an educator, you like to teach, right? She said, I do. I said, would you like to teach money and get paid? I said, because 96% of Americans don't know about money and they don't know about taxes. And if you're in a home-based business with me, we had a powerful Zoom meeting last night, private Zoom, about taxes. Powerful Zoom, exclusive, only to people that's business partner with me in the home-based business, right? And this lady gave so much game about tax write-offs that you never even heard about publicly. She used to own so many different businesses. She used to own a fleet of 18-wheeler trucking businesses. What else business she said she used to own? She got out of that. I can't think of all the businesses she used to own, but now she has her own tax business, big in Texas, real estate investing. I can't even think of it. Yeah, Dr. Farms. Why I can't even think of how many other businesses that Liz said she owned. Dr. Farms was in, and people they look at the 129 and they don't even know all the stuff that we get behind the scenes. Because it's exclusive. That being connected with me will connect you with people. Then we had people in our team that had 3 restaurants. A man, him and his wife on our team, 3 restaurants outside of the country. I mean, people doing big things, right? Oh, and I didn't hear her say nightclub. He said nightclub. I know she said she's on several businesses. And now for the knowledge that she gave us, it should have been like $1,000 investment, but some people got that because they invested $129. Or for some people, it was $228, right? Terry says Russia has gone back to the gold standard. Ruble is now backed by gold. The only currency in the world with gold backing dollar has been crushed. Russia has gone back to the gold standard. Ruble is now backed by gold. The only country in the world with gold backing. Oh, the dollar has been crushed. I didn't know Russia went back to the gold standard. Now I have to research that. Right now, whatever country has accumulated, I do know Russia has different systems, right? I do know they have they don't have to be on a SWIFT system. Let me see Russia back to the gold standard, because it seemed like that would have been breaking news. I don't see why they let me just research before I say anything. Russia Finance Ministry halts Forex. They halts Forex and Russia eyes sanctions, workarounds in energy, gold, and crypto. Russia central bank to resume gold purchases. Russia central banks steps in to prop up ruble and average market collapse. I just said them saying that Russia central banks resume to gold purchases. I don't see this saying that they'll return to the gold standard. It will resume buying gold on domestic market from February 28 as it undertakes measures to try to ensure financial stability. Russia ordered military command to put nuclear armed forces on high alert as Ukraine fighters defending the said they had repelled an attack invading. It doesn't say that back on the gold standard. It said that they're purchasing more gold. Russia is not doing forex. They're stopping foreign exchange currency and gold. Thursday, that it might halt purchase of foreign currency and gold this year as part of suspension of parts of its fiscal year under adaptation. Russia buys foreign currency when oil prices are high and sells when prices are below $44 a barrel. And okay, I don't see it saying it's back to the gold standard at all. It says it's stopping the exchange of foreign currency. But hey, I'm signing out. You all prepare. Get your foods with shelf life up. Make sure you stock up on water. If you can, get your ammunition up. Because people, having gas runs, gas is only going to, last for so long, right? But, you fill up a tank of gas, depends on how far you have to commute, right? Unless you work from home, which is why people are joining me in the home-based business. And speaking of that, I'll put the number on there. That's right, videos to views, prepare. And this is why I say to text, TEXT, not call. If you want to come in and work from home business, not the phone said get some rest. Yeah, I'm starting to do something different. I'm waking up at 4:30 a.m. For spiritual reasons. That's why I get upset when people disrupt me and text me or call me these times of night or text me. That means they have no respect for me. And you have to set respect. When people don't respect you, you have to make them respect you. I just feel like that's just very disrespectful. But listen, I'm let me see, can I find this? This by Ray Dalio.
Won the Civil War.
This is so
You get
good.
the idea. The current world order, commonly called the American World Order, formed after the Allied victory in World War II, when the U.S. emerged as the dominant world power. It was set out in agreements and treaties for how global governance and monetary
I listened to
systems
this
work.
morning.
In 1944,
Principles, he just uploaded this 2 days ago. 2 days ago. And I'm gonna put it in the comment of this video. Real, I'm gonna deal with this, and I'm logging off. Real, let me ask you a question first, because I get this a lot. Mostly on Facebook, and I'm saying this with love. I don't mean any harm, but it is what it is now, right? I mean, I'm dealing with serious, focus-minded people. I'm not dealing with people that I have to explain to why it's it's disrespectful to text or call somebody this time of night when it look like this outside. So I'm not even gonna try to deal with people like that. We just don't have a collaboration, right? If you don't understand that, go find somebody that you can call and text that time of night about business. But real, can I ask you a question? Why would someone send me a message asking me, can they ask me a question? Right? And they don't include the question in the message. Can I ask you that? Why would I message somebody on social media and say, can I ask you a question? Because that is asking a question. Asking me if you can ask me a question is asking a question. But they won't put the question when they ask me if they can ask me a question. I'm like, that's just, and I don't even answer that. I'm like, yeah, you can ask me a question. You just asked me, can you ask me a question? That is asking a question. So why spend 2 minutes to text somebody, can I ask you a question? Instead of just texting them the question and seeing will it get answered. So real, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till you answer that for me. And then I'm logging off. I'm gonna lean back. Real, answer that for me. I've been wanting to know that for a long time. I already asked my question. I ain't answered yet. Okay. I already asked my question. I ain't answered yet. That's Real's response to me asking him, why do people message me and ask me if they can ask me a question and they don't answer the question, right? Um, and you act like we not indifferent. Listen, and I mean this with love, right? Right, just get to the point. I don't give a damn what time zone you in. If you in California right now, it's 5:42. It's dark outside. If you can't go to a bank in California right now, then don't just pick up and call my phone. You could have handled that when it's daylight. And real, why should I care about what people time zone is in when they don't respect my time zone? Let me raise up on that one. Don't be concerned about your time zone when you need help. You need to be asking me, Queen, what time zone are you in? So I don't text you at a bad time. See, that's the problem, right? That's the problem mindset. Be concerned about my time zone rather than yours. Somebody, I'm gonna log out. Bye. I mean, that's just respect. I know my mentor's time zone. He's an hour ahead of me. I'm not finna text him right now and be like, hey, Can you help me something with the business? You understand your mentor's time zone. They don't have to understand yours. Be respectful. Pacific Standard Time, it is 5:47 right now. If it's not dark, it's getting dark. If you can't go to the bank and do business, you mean to tell me that it can't wait until morning? Or you can text me earlier that day? All right, you all, be safe because as you can see, right, this person is stupid. That's why anybody that send me a text message just say, "Can I ask you a question?" I just block them because if you spend time with people that would say, "Can I ask you a question?" when they did ask a question, you're gonna waste time. I've learned that in business too. Right? I don't need to say nobody anyone's name. Why would I want to call somebody's name out? Yeah, I don't have time to waste. This is just stupid. We're in a depression recession, and I gotta deal with people just ignorant like this person. Let me block real. How about that? How do I block? Block user. Boom. You see how you get rid of ignorance? Problem gone. Poof. Panish. Go away. Why go back and forth and waste time and energy when you can just hit the block button? Technology is great, isn't it? Hey, as you all can see, it's dark outside, right? So be safe. Don't waste your time. Time is more valuable than money. Queen out.